I said variables to look at while trying to come up with a topic. Your variables that you look at. Okay, that is what the slide I'm trying to explain something. So follow my explanation. It's not about, but it's about getting the idea. Okay. So now I said looking at your variables in your topic, how to get a topic, how to get a topic. I was trying to, okay, who am I now? Background, okay. Okay, so where am I? Okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I was
Yeah.
saying something about trying to understand two concepts in trying to get a topic, in trying to come up with a topic. First of all, you see, identify a behavior of interest, a phenomenon of behavior of interest. That's number one. Okay, that's the first variable. Now, the second variable is identify your study population. So by that I mean, maybe you can focus on children. That's number one. You can focus on adults. Okay. You can focus on elderly. You can focus on students. Okay. Now, after identifying the population, the next thing you need to do is to qualify that population more. For example, now here you can see mothers. That is the general population, right? Now, what type of mothers do I want to look at for my study? Is it immigrant mothers? So, so you can see here now, I narrowed my research by narrowing the topic further. I'm not looking at mothers here now. I'm looking at immigrant mothers. But beyond looking at immigrant mothers, I am also looking at Pakistani immigrant mothers. I hope, are you getting it now? Hello?
Yes, you're making
Yeah.
sense, please.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
can hear
All right.
you.
So
Continue, please.
narrow your population. So if you say child, what type, which of the social demographic variable can you vary so that you'll be able to come up with a topic? For example, now you can vary by ethnicity, you can vary by religion, okay? So you can vary by income status, by academic, by educational level. So all those social demographic characteristics, you can do permutation and combination and come up with something, at least so that you have an area of focus. So qualify your subjects, the population, qualify it. And then the last thing, the last variable to use is the location. It must be in a specific location. For example, here I've used what? West Yorkshire. Okay, so now you are doing a conceptual research, okay, which is like a mini systematic review. It's not purely a systematic review, but it's just a mini because you will not follow all the steps. So I'll give you an example of what it looks like. Okay, but because it is somebody's work, I'm not going to share the work, but I'm going to give you an example of what it looks like so that you can rewatch the video and then adapt your topic. So I've given you 3 variables to look at right now when you want to come up with a topic. So it must have a location. Okay. All right. So let's move to the next step. I don't need to. I don't need to waste time here on know your outcome variables and your independent variables. But it's not all studies that have this. So let me not waste time in this, in what is not. These are all theory. You already know. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate how to write your background, the study background, in this essay. Okay, so now writing your background, you can. This is a formula I'm giving you. It's a formula. Okay. Okay. So now you can see here. I want to write on about mothers. Now I want to qualify my subjects, and I'm focusing on diabetic what mothers. Okay. So if you can answer these questions, you'll be able to write your background for any It doesn't matter the kind of work, the kind of research you are writing. If you read so many journals, you will see all these things there. So number two is what? Epidemiology. How many people are there? Or if it's a problem, how many people have the disease? Okay, use a funnel approach. You start from worldwide and then you narrow it down, maybe to, if you're writing something in Bradford, so you can start from the statistics in the world, okay? Then narrow it to Europe, okay? Then narrow it to UK, and then narrow it to Bradford. So that's what I mean by global and local statistics. Now, when I say subset of a population, for example, you can, if you take something like Bradford now, Bradford have so many ethnic groups, and if you want to talk about maybe something like obesity, which subset of your population are at most risk of obesity? Okay, so that's what I mean by subset of your population. Okay, then define your terms, define what you mean by, for example, now here I'm talking about infant breastfeeding practices. So if you remember what I said here, if you remember, I said what? A phenomenon or a behavior. So it can be a habit, a practice, breastfeeding practice. I'll give you an example now. A phenomenon. Antenatal clinic visits, okay, is a phenomenon that you can study. Okay. So now then look at the causes on your background. Why did you choose Bradford as your location? And why did you choose the participants? Why are they at most risk? You must read around those things. Okay. Let's talk about their inequality experiences, these factors, so this is not theory. Then maybe write about the causes of the phenomenon. And then look at the national budget. How much is being allocated to solve that problem? What is the government doing about it? Are there any existing policies? For example, obesity in Bradford, you look at what are the policies so far that UK government have done so far to address obesity in children. Now, then after looking at the UK, you look at the Bradford City Council. What have they done so far to address obesity? Did they set targets? Were they met? So this is just example of how to write a research or even your proposal. Yeah. So these are just examples of research questions that you can use in primary studies, primary qualitative studies, remember the word is what? Primary studies. Then it is qualitative in nature. So because your study is more inclined towards a conceptual study, it is not primary in nature. So I will not waste time to tell you, but just know that in qualitative studies, the words that you use are something like what are, how, how to describe, to explore, to understand. These are some of the words that you can use in a qualitative study. Now, let's come to the aspect that concerns you. So what you are doing is a secondary research, which is conceptual in nature and also qualitative in nature. So now, how do you coin a topic when it comes to your kind of research? Just give you a class. Identify a problem, okay? Identify the concept or a phenomenon or a health service. I'm just giving an example. And then identify the population, okay? And then the location, then a conceptual review. So for example, let's say poor breastfeeding practices, okay, among Pakistani women in the UK, a conceptual review. I'm just giving you an example. Okay, so I've talked about get a problem. These are examples of what you can use to know what problems when you type it in Google, try to look at the things that come up. So you can look at barriers. I mean, under this problem here, these are just examples. Okay, look at any of these things I've seen. I put here. Determinants, risk factors, causes, enablers of a particular problem. Okay, among a particular place, and a conceptual review. All right. because you are not doing a systematic review, so you not say a systematic review. Now, what is an objective like in a conceptual research? Because it is secondary, your objective is now different. It's different from this ones here. And you can see this one is a primary study. That means you are collecting data, you are doing an interview. You can see how does this one, what are the experiences. So, but you cannot answer that kind of question using a secondary research. So because you are reviewing data, so one of your first objectives will be to critically review a particular thing or a problem. So to critically review, for example, now let me say to critically review the experiences of diabetic mothers accessing antenatal services in primary healthcare facilities in the UK. I've given you an example. Okay. So to provide an evidence of what any of these problems here. Can you see factors, barriers, all these things here, any of them, and then maybe to discuss. This just reduce your objective to 2 or at most 3. Okay. Highest 3 objectives, and that's all. But at least 2 is okay to avoid wasting time because there is no time. So you know it. Your 12 months has finished, though. Okay. All right. So the last thing I need to show you before understanding your research gap. So by the time we go to the practical sessions, every research a gap. So it's not about typing something. It's about what gap are you, what problem does your study want to solve. So before you identify a gap, or before you even come up with a topic, you must have read. You must have read around. If you remember this thing that the various things that you look at this. So you must have read around it. So first of all, so come up with this thing. So let's say obesity and mental health among a population. So it's a general topic. So you must have read around it so that you'll be able to know maybe what this person said, what this person said, and then you'll be able to find out an area that many people have not talked about. And then now you now say that is the reason why you are doing this research. So applying it to a conceptual review. So you can say that maybe you have read 10 primary studies that have been done about experiences of parents raising obese children in the UK. And you have seen that some studies have said it from one angle. But then in the UK, maybe a few number are focused on a particular group, okay? But somehow, very few people have done a review, a systematic review on that particular problem. So, and that becomes the reason why you are doing your research. So your research you must, if you cannot tell me the reason why you want to do a concept, you just wake up from sleep and just choose a topic. No, that one is still an idea. You need to go to the database and then do some search. And then I'm going to demonstrate how you can do it so that you can start now to do it. So that within 24, 48 hours, you'll be able to come up with something and say, okay, I think this is this. Okay, so this is your gap must be very clear. So your gap can be that many studies that have been done in this topic, they have been more than 10 years old. That means they are not recent. Your gap can be that, remember I said qualifier, right? I said a qualifier here. So what do I mean by a qualifier? Like now, look at this one. I said this one is what? Muslim families. Okay, so now let's say somebody have done something on Christian families. Somebody have done something on a different, but your own now, you now come and say, okay, in Mexican Muslim families, nobody have done anything here. And that becomes your research gap. So you should be able to point out why do you want to do a review. You know, basically your research is basically a almost similar to a literature review. They are the same. So why do you want to review the data on Mexican Muslim families? Because they are few in number, or nobody has done it before, right? So, okay. So let me leave that. I've talked so much about that. All right. So writing in your chapter 1, this is, you can just snap it. This is how this is what it looks like. Chapter 1, introduction. Okay, very short stuffs. Your literature review. This is just the structure. Remember that in here there may be, when I say concepts, definition of concepts, it has to come from your concepts. So what do I mean by concepts? For example, concepts. Okay. Now concepts. Now look at this one. Infant Mexican Muslim families. So what are the concepts in this topic now? Number 1 is infant, right? So you need to define who is an infant. Okay. Number 2 is breastfeeding, and then breastfeeding practices. Then why Mexican? Why is it Mexican? Why what did they are they at three? Is there any inequality that shows that they don't follow breastfeeding practices? Okay, and then why Muslim family? I'm giving you just an example so that you're able to understand what I'm saying. All right. So then your epidemiology, then the causes, risk factors. Remember, your risk factors should have categories. Remember, if you're doing a mini, I mean, in the main research. So let's say in the individual risk factors, family risk factors. By the time you read, you see the different ways that you can classify these risk factors, causes, and so you'll be able to come up with your sub outline. That is the review. But that is just all right. And then this is the last part, chapter 3. This is what you need. Define what do you mean by conceptual research design. Then what is your search strategy? And then you talk about how do you plan to analyze the data, then the ethics, and then the limitation of it. So that's all. 1, 2, 3. And remember, it's a short thing. Okay, so let's go straight to. So now, where are you going to get an idea on the various public health problems that you can solve? That is the link. You can just type maybe gov.uk and then health matters, public health issues. Just type it in Google, and then you'll be able to get access to the page. So there are many public health problems that you can solve, breast cancer, whatever. Choose a topic that you think. Start from there, and then use what I'm teaching you now, and then come up with a topic. All right. So the last one before we go into the practical session. Hello. Hello. Are you hearing me?
Hi. Yeah.
Hi.
We're here.
These are the public health principles. You will go and read them. Make sure you read them very well. Public health promotion principles. Okay. So check your class materials and then read around this to make sure you understand the arguments, the positives and the negatives. Which authors have said something good, which authors have said about them. Then the third thing is, what did you say? You that is writing the essay. This one is for essay. What did you say? Okay. What's your own opinion? Then, if there are theories around them in your textbooks, you will get the theories and attach to them. If there are theories when you are writing them, then give example, apply them to your topic. If you are reading this, don't read them in theoretical. After reading the textbook, go to internet. Type, for example, now empowerment approaches in obesity, empowerment approaches in breast cancer. Type to get some journal articles to back up your topic. It will be good that as you're choosing your topic, you are also writing your essay on health promotion, on public as your course now, introduction to health promotion. So it will be good that if you match the proposal that you want to write now, match it to let the topic be similar to your essay, the essay that you're writing for your exam. I mean, the essay you'll be submitting by January. So that you now know, okay, I'm working on obesity and mental health. Just that's the big area I'm working on generally. Okay, so anything I'm reading is around this thing. So now you take obesity and mental health, take all these things one by one and try to get journals that apply them. By the time you read it in textbook, in theory, and they tell you different types of empowerment or the arguments, you try to come up with examples that apply to your topic. Okay. All right. So let's go before the now. We're going to look at this. Your literature search strategy. So there are two major keywords that we use in literature search. The first one is the or. So or is an expander. So when you say, for example, disease, let's say obesity and mental health, it means that the database, the search engine, will retrieve all articles that talk about so you can see here now, this one is disease and heart. So when you're using or, so when you type in the database disease or heart, the result that you expect to get is all articles that deal with the disease and all articles that deal with the heart together. They just join, it's an expander, it expands it together. Okay. But when you use and as a keyword, so what you're saying is that I want an article that has both disease and heart. You see this central area here. So I don't want, if it has heart and doesn't have disease, it will not show. If it has disease
of account you should open
for the article, it must have both disease and heart in order to give me the correct words I want. So, for example, let's say obesity and mental health. So if I use obesity and mental health, so it means that the article must give me obesity and mental health. All the article must have the two. So and limits your search. It limits your search, okay? While or expands your search. So we're going to see a practical example. I think I'm done with this so long. So let's go straight to the database. So if you have a laptop, you can also be doing. You can just follow me now. So just go to your portal. Okay, go to your portal.
Simple as that.
Come to your line. I'm going to use the mental health. Okay, so let me choose a topic now. I want to choose a random. Basically, mental health. Let's say mothers. Okay, then UK. So you come to okay, you come to your summon. Okay, you come to your summon here. This summon. Okay, so now I want to go to the database. So let's say I want to go to Embase. I like Embase. Embase is big. It's very big. It's bigger than the other one. So you have Embase. There are other databases. You have Embase. You have Scopus. Okay, you can do your in them. You have Embase, Scopus. You have Web of Science. You have now. You can just type them here, and then you get access. So I want to use Embase now to practice. So I'll go to Embase, open it, click on it, open it. Are you guys following? Hello?
Yes,
Ah,
please.
we are
Yeah,
following
we are
Can
you.
you
here.
speak up small?
Well, with
All
you.
right.
Mm.
We are
Okay.
following you.
Okay, so this is I'll spend 40 minutes. Okay, that's good. Managing the time very well. All right, so let us look at. So I've shown you the variables to look at when you want to come up with a topic, right? So now let's look at behavior. So let's say something like about obesity. Sorry. First thing is to come here. Okay, this is where you want to search. Right? Now I want to click here. Click change field. Okay. Now I want to search for obesity. That's what we call mesh terms. Mesh terms. So medical subject headings. So mesh terms each database have already grouped articles into different categories. Okay, so now in Embase, the word they use for mesh terms is explode. So all articles that have something about obesity, they are categorized in one area. While other articles articles that have anything that has to do with obesity, they are under a particular mesh term. Okay. So I type then I'll come to this arrow here, click on change field. Now I want to get this one. See this one here, exploded. Okay, that is the mesh term. Okay, so I want the database to give me all articles that have been categorized as obesity. That's they have obesity as a keyword in them. So I'll click on this one. Okay, so I've added this one now. Okay, now I want to say this time around, I want to add let's say add field here. Now I want to add obesity as a keyword. Sorry. Okay, so I want to just do a normal in title, obesity in title or abstract. That's this one now. This second one here. Articles that have obesity in the title or the abstract. So I want to choose this title or abstract. Now I said or is an expander, so I'm not using and. I'm not yet limiting anything. So title or abstract. What anything that has obesity inside it. In the title or the abstract. Okay. All right. I'll click on this. Okay, so you can see obesity or so obesity exploded, right? Or obesity in title or abstract, right? I hope you are following the steps. So this is the next time have obesity in title or the abstract. So that's the first search I want to do now only. Okay. Now I'll click on what? Show results. So that's my first concept. That's the first concept I have now, right? So let us wait for it to give me my results. So it's asking me to wait. Okay. So can you see my results are here on the screen? I have 697,000 whatever results. So that's my first search. So this is my first concept now, obesity, and then obesity in type of abstract, right? Now let's do another search again. You come here again, click on search here again. So the second concept I want to talk about is something around mental health. Something around mental health. So let us go. So I'll just type mental health. Mental health. Okay, so wait, sorry. Before you type in here, first of all, select. Okay, just here, click on exploded. Okay, that's the mesh health. Okay, mental health. So it's giving me the what you say I should click. So I will click on this one. Okay, that's what I want. Now, mental health mesh heading. Mental health. In title or abstract. Now, I want to put a quotation mark here. If you put a quotation mark here, it means that it will only search articles that have these words together. So if it has only mental and also have health, it will not get the article. But if I put this quotation mark here, it means that the two words must be together before the database will get it. Okay. So, but because I'm doing a broad search, so I don't need it. So just give me anything, both mental or health only, still a broad one. So I've done this. So this is the second one. So now I'll click on. I'm using all. I'm trying to expand. Okay. So I've done the second one. Show results. So that's the second one. So that's the second concept, right? Good. So you can see here I now have 697,340, right? Now the next one, let me do the third one. The third concept is what? Obesity, mental health. Patient. Is it adult or children or mothers or students? who is the person I'm trying to do this. So let me click on it again. Click on search again. So okay, so make sure that this is in exploded. Okay, so this one, click on this small one, click on this one, exploded. Okay, now I want to look at, let's say, children, or let me say adults. We now bring out adults mother, adults here. Okay, then I have adults. So it's bringing me in title of abstract. Remember, I'm doing adult mothers, right? So let me see. Okay, so let's say so this is giving me like 10 million results, or 10 million. All right. Now I want to narrow it down. See, it's too big, so I want to narrow it down. Now which kind of adults I'm talking about? I'm talking about adults. Okay, adults with obesity. Okay, so let's say adults. Then I want to look at mothers specifically. Mothers specifically. I'll come here again. The population. The population is mothers I want to look at. Not mothers. Maybe use mother. This one. Mother. I'm using all. Remember. So here I have a lower results. All right. So I'm using all to expand my search. Okay. Okay. So now I have adults. These adults, I think I may need to. So let me just delete this one. Okay. So good. Now, I have these are the three concepts. Now, location. Where do I want to do this research? Okay, where? I want to do it in the UK. I don't. Uh, Kingdom. Okay. So this one, make sure it is under exploded. Okay, click on this small arrow. Make sure it's exploded. Okay. So then this one is title or abstract. Make sure you change it. Make sure it is there in title or abstract. Right? Okay. So it's there. So now United. Let's see United Kingdom. Now before about this, what are when you say location, United Kingdom is big, oh, hope you know. So what are the places in United Kingdom? So I said United Kingdom. Oh, what now? Which other one? Right now, Wales. United Kingdom is Wales, right? Are we following you? Everyone is silent. Are we following you?
Yeah, yes.
Though your
Okay.
voice is actually
All right. So
cracking.
Yes, but we can't really hear you very well. So.
It's
can you
breaking.
hear me?
Yes,
The line
please.
is
Okay.
It's
Okay.
better now.
All right. So I'm looking at where location. I've got United Kingdom here, but then I want the in title or abstract. So what are the states in UK? UK. So I have United Kingdom or which one now? Or Wales, right? Or Wales. Or Wales, right? So Wales is here. Okay. Then or Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland. Ireland. Northern Ireland. So Northern Ireland is 2 words. So I need to put them in quotation marks. Okay. I'm seeing 10 records here. Okay, let me just remove this thing. I don't know. Okay, so let me. I want to say title or abstract. So I want to change this into. I want to change it to all. So I said Wales, right? So Wales. Okay. Then add another one. Add another one. Okay. So all again. So Northern Ireland. This time around, I'll use a quotation mark. Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland. The four states that make up the United Kingdom. Wales, Northern Ireland, the other one again. Title or abstract. Select all here. We have England. England is in UK, right? So England or England. Okay. Then the last one. What's the last state again? The last
Scotland.
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 Scotland. Good. So or Scotland. So you can see all. So here I have 500 whatever results. So show. Okay. So now I've used all to expand my search. Okay. Now I need to combine all of them. I need to combine. Okay. So wait, one more thing. One more thing. So let's say I'm looking at risk factors. Okay. Risk factors of mental health. Maybe that was my topic. As you can see, I'm not typing the whole topic. I'm just typing the keywords. So now I'm looking at risk factors now, for example. Okay. So I need to add that as my keyword too again. So let's go again. Go to search here. Okay. Let's go to search. Now let's see, is there any risk factors? Risk factors, anything for us? Risk. Okay, we have risk factor. All right. Is here. So risk factor. Then I'll now go to the title now. Let me delete this one. So remember in my slide, I showed you some important words. So I have this factor here, this factor. You click on it. So this factor. What another one? What are other words for this factor? Source of this, let's say causes. Okay, causes. Causes. All right. So I think that's enough for my search. So let's go and then I have like 2 million results forever. So I'm done with using my OR to expand my search. Now this time around, I need to combine all of them this time around. Remember, I said and your search. So that means that all the articles that have one, two, they must do what? The search engine will pick all the articles that have all the things that have. Okay, so I'm going to check all this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, am I combining with or and? I'm combining with and this time around. Do you understand me?
And yeah.
Good. So you now say what? Combine. So if you do the so this time around, I have only 6 results. You know what that tells me? It tells me that my search is too narrow. Is too narrow. So you can see here, I have only 6 results. 6 here. Now, these are my 6. So it tells me that it is 2 now. So what I will do is let me combine. Let me delete this one, this last one, and then I'll combine it again. So let me combine 2, 3, 4. So combine using and combine. So let's see how many articles we have. I'm not seeing any results. Combine using and. All right. So now what I will do after this is to look at. I will now do what is called you screen by title. You screen the titles of the articles and see if there is anyone that addresses your topic in particular. Or 3. Articles that addresses my 10 good articles that addresses my topic. Then I'm good to go. So if I screen, so sometimes at least you should get like maybe 200 results. 300 results. This is just a sample. Okay, so you might need to work on the keywords so that you'll be able to get more information, more records on that. So, but now, now I want to do by title. So, if I look at these titles now, are they addressing my topic? Health of mothers of children with. I want something about obesity. Here is international. I don't know. Okay, this one I don't know. Gender aspect. So I don't know, but it's mine. So I'll just select only title. Title. This one is antenatal depression and anxiety and early pregnancy BMI. Correct? Okay, is dealing indirectly. Okay. So I've seen 2. Association of childhood experience with education attainment, adolescent health. I'm looking at mothers, not adolescents, right? Okay, and adolescent can be a mother, right? So, okay, this one I'm looking at childhood experiences and education attainment. Does it fit into our research topic? Obesity, mental health, child obesity. Is there any obesity here? Childhood or experiences with there is no obesity here, right? So it doesn't
Hello, please mute your mic.
Can
you mute your mic, please?
Hello, we can't hear you anymore, sir.
We can't hear you anymore.
It's gone off. It's gone off.
Are we waiting for him or we are going off?
Let's wait a bit now. Maybe it's his network.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Network is bad.
Maybe we should leave a note on WhatsApp. Maybe when he comes online, he can actually
Looks
us
like
back.
looks like it's off because I can't see the recording sign any longer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said maybe we should go off. Then maybe when he comes back online, he will text us on WhatsApp. Then we can come back online again. I don't know, just a suggestion.
Hello,
All right.
Abeg, what did you guys hear last, please?
No, I'm
What
saying
did
probably we should go off. Then when he comes back online, he can probably like text us on WhatsApp to come back online.
Hello, I'm back online.
Oh, okay.
Can
Oh,
you hear
Okay.
me?
okay.
No,
Welcome.
I'm saying,
Yeah.
where did I stop? Where did I stop? What did you guys hear last?
You were picking the topics that were relating to your search.
Okay, all right, okay. So, are you still seeing my screen?
No.
No.
Oh,
No.
Okay. Okay, share screen. All right. So,
Yeah.
what I was saying from our search, we have
Yeah,
to
we're
get
there.
only 3. But remember, it's still narrow. It's still narrow. So this is just practice. So because I'm getting only 3, remember I use title and abstract. So next time I will remove those. I'll just search broad. So now I will read the abstract and see whether does it address my topic. This one now I'm trying to read it and see. Our findings suggest that international by children, whatever. Okay, so by the time you read the abstract, maybe that 50 now you were able to reduce it to 15 only by reading the abstract. Okay, so after reading the abstract, by the time you have read 15 articles, after you have read those abstracts, then you will now see that out of the 15, maybe 6 addressed your topic in particular. Okay, by the time you have read the abstract, maybe they will all be saying something that is similar, that maybe further studies is required, is needed in an area, or further review. This one I can't. Let me see. Okay, let me see what I can download. This one, full text. This full text. Let's see what I can download it. So by the time you screen by abstracts, you now then out of the 10 that you have, I can get access to. Okay? So let me assume that I got only 2 articles, the abstracts, or let me say I got 10 articles. So I've read the abstracts, and the abstract address my topic, right? Then you now read the full text. Okay. So, and then in reading the full text, that is where we'll now enter into the journal. In the abstract, what am I looking for? I'm looking for who the study population. So here I can see that this study was done in England. Immediately, okay. I'm looking at, and then it was parents and children. Are you seeing that? And then what was the concept or the problem? Looking at obesity. Are you seeing that? Okay. Now, what methodology did they use? Can I see the methodology here? So this abstract was not written very well. There needs to add methodology. I didn't see it here. So your methodology must reflect in your abstract. So they just went straight to findings. So I didn't see it here. So but it's supposed to be there. So I can't see it here. Now, what were the principal findings? The findings suggest that what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the main thing that they found. Okay, this main thing that they found, was it addressing my topic in any way? Okay, and then what was their conclusion? The result suggests that there is a gender associative associative intellectual association of overweight. So somehow this article may not address my topic, but it is related. Okay, so now I now know what the article is all about. Okay, so now if you want to get things that you can use to do your background, by the time you read the background of 10 articles, you're able to get all the data you need. You can see statistics, whatever, UK, whatever. Okay, so now I want to scroll up and see what method did they use. What is the methodology of this article? What methodology? This is the methods here. Okay. The survey. Okay, so this is a survey. This is a head survey. So at least I know what I'm looking at. Okay. Now I want to look at to see whether is there any gap. Did they say maybe further research is needed in an area? Okay. So let's see. I'm going down to the conclusion. The last part. Okay. So I'll just read this part. Okay, guys, another important finding. So at least now I know the main findings and and other sub findings. Okay. So is there any area that says something about other other studies is needed in an area? So if you read the abstract, you read the conclusion. Read the conclusion. Okay. So by the time you have read 10 abstracts, you'll be able to see maybe by the time you read 15 abstracts, you'll be able to see 10 studies that address your topic. And then you will now look at the various areas. So let's say I was not able to see any recommendation for that research here. But I now look at what I have on my hand. What I have is that I have 10 articles that address my topic, but then they didn't look at Pakistani women. Are you getting me? How to get a gap? So I read 10 abstracts that talked about obesity, mental health, and mothers and UK. So after reading those 10 full articles, I noticed that there's an area that they didn't look at. I noticed that maybe, for example, many of the articles are primary studies, and hence there is a need for a review, a literature review, or a systematic review, and that becomes the reason why you are doing the research. Because that you have typed these keywords, and you're able to see that many of the studies are primary studies. No review has been done in this area. Some of them are done in women, in men, but none have been done in Pakistani women or Muslim women. Okay. Now you now have a reason for your research, or you will say that the last review, maybe among these distance, I was able to get 3 systematic reviews, and they're all old. The last review was done maybe in 2011, and that is more than 10 years back. Okay, so that becomes the reason for your study. I hope I'm clear. Hello.
Yeah, yes, please. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So any questions? I've stayed 10 minutes beyond 1 hour, so I don't. So now before I can now show you a sample dissertation so that you can be able to just have the idea of what it looks. Any question? Hello.
Hi, we're hearing you.
Okay. Any question? None.
I have a question.
All right.
Okay, when you talked about that our dissertation is basically going to be on quantitative.
Qualitative research.
Qualitative,
Qualitative
sorry.
research, not quantitative.
Yeah, qualitative, right?
Yep.
Take for instance, you want to look at the maybe you're working on take for instance, we'll say public health abuse on children under the age of maybe between the age of 6 to 10 years, and you're looking at Bradford. I don't know whether Bradford here has north, south, east, or west. I don't know. But take for instance, let's assume we say north of Bradford.
Yeah.
How will you get your material? Like, yeah, like let's assume I'm working on such documents and I have a questionnaire. Once I tender those questionnaires to like mothers to kind of get input, or maybe go to the schools. to get input so that you can use it to formulate your decisions.
No. That is what I'm saying. Understanding the research methodology is the key. Your research, you are not going into field to collect any data. You are basically going to do what I just did now, but you have to take your time, because now what I did now was too. If you watch, you see that it was too narrow. You got only 5, only 11 articles. So now you and then you are not going into the field to collect data. What you're going to do is to retrieve articles, journals here. So
from the ones people had already done in related to that research.
Yes, both primary and systematic review. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. But even though you're not doing a pure systematic review, sure, but it's still the same thing, almost same thing. So just normal literature review. But it has to be methodological. That means like you don't just go and search anyhow. So because by the time you know why I'm using you can see okay, don't worry. Let me share a sample so that you'll be able to really understand it. Let me share a sample. Let me I have one here, which is secondary research, because I myself I did primary research, so I had to get somebody that did secondary research. So now this is what let me show you what it looks like. What a conceptual review looks like. So now, please remember, you don't copy code. So this is systematic review. Factors influencing XYZ. Okay. Use of services in location. Okay. Now you can also change it to conceptual review. Okay. Right?
Okay.
Now look at this. The systematic review. You are using the Prisma guideline. I will not, there's no time to explain all these things, so you can always read up because of time. So now you use what we call the Prisma preferred reporting standards for systematic review. So you use this as your tool. It will guide you on how to report. Okay. If you look at it, it said remember the main concept was maternal health services. See, that's the concept 1. Okay. Then concept 2 is what? Teenage mothers. Are you seeing that?
Yes.
You are not typing use or whatever. Okay. Now concept 3 is in sub-Sahara, is in Africa. So we have three concepts. I'm even seeing 4 because here I'm seeing use, but that's plus or minus. Okay. So now, yeah. Okay. Now, sorry, I just remember something now. If you are writing a qualitative, if you are doing a review, okay, the tool you use to review qualitative studies is critical appraisal. That's the CASP. Just write it down. You can read it up later. That's what you use to review qualitative studies.
Say it again. Say it again,
CASP.
please.
That's this here. Critical appraisal skill program. Just read up on it. Critical appraisal skill program. This one here. Okay. Read up on it so that you able to know. Okay. Yeah. Now let's look at. So, like I said introduction. I've shown you how to write your background, everything. Start from the words, okay. Then narrow it down, okay. And then bring it down to your location. Yeah. Then you can see now the person started from where? Adolescent, okay, background. In the world. Are you seeing that? World, okay. Then define concepts. Are you seeing that? Define your concepts and then bring it down to what? Africa. Let's narrow it down. All right.
Okay. Yes.
Then look at previous studies that have done similar that have been done on the studies that have been done on the whatever 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay. Now, then which study? Why is your research important? Framing the research gap. You know, I'm always talking about this. Because if you don't frame it well, you're writing rubbish. Okay, so let's Why is this study important? He said the study is what? Factors influencing, forget about this one. Factors influencing teenage mother use of maternal health services. Okay. Now, your study is similar, it's just exactly similar like this one, but just that you are not doing a pure systematic because of time, right? So now, factors affecting, influencing, whatever consequences. This is this. Okay. Study population, mothers. What type of mothers? I seen that. I'm looking at what teenage mother. It's not all every mother. I want teenage. Okay. What concept am I looking at again? Of maternal health services. Now, this maternal health services is a big concept. Okay, but this under this use of maternal health services, what exactly am I looking at? So I can say that this thing is a phenomenon, and under it there are different concepts. So what do I mean by maternal health services? What do you mean? What's the way of reading this part?
Please speak to your microphone. We can't hear you.
Oh, okay. I said I'm looking for. I want to get definition of. It's a broad concept. So what exactly do I mean by that? So I'm trying to scroll and see where I'll find them. Maternal health services. So you must define your concepts very, very well. So let us see. Here is about adolescents. It's about adolescents that are defined as, okay. This is that is for adolescents. Then this is about teenage pregnancy. Okay. Are you seeing that? Now this one is about, okay, here, okay. I'm seeing it here. Professional maternal health care. So what are the various health services for maternal health services? What are the various services? Let's see whether we see them. Okay, so this article was not very well framed. So am I looking at postnatal services? Am I looking at antenatal services? So I expect to see that. Okay, so I think I'm seeing something here. I'm seeing the use. I'm seeing this one, okay? Including what? Are you seeing that? Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing?
Yes, I'm seeing it.
Antenatal, are you seeing the categories? So I'm looking for it since. Antenatal, intrapartum, what? Yeah. So if I'm marking this and what is in the body? So that should be a minus. So normally, so maternal health services refers to what? Antenatal health services, intrapartum, and then postpartum, what? Then in your background, what theory are you using? What theory are you using to back up your model? In your health promotion, there are various theories in health promotion. Remember you have your health belief model, okay? You have your ecological model. So identify the one that you want to work with that underpins it, that underpins your research. Now, these are the words that you should not use because you are doing a qualitative conceptual review. Remember, this is a systematic review. So this is the author stance here is a positivist stance. That means like this is not a pure qualitative systematic review. So when you say to analyze, you are talking about quantitative data. Are you seeing me? Are you getting what I'm saying? When you use that word, analyze, statistics, that's not what you are doing. Okay? Then to offer evidence, this one can go both qualitative and quantitative. To evaluate can go both qualitative and quantitative. When you say investigate is a quantitative word. It's not qualitative in nature. Okay, so this is what research questions for systematic review looks like. What it looks like. So let's go. So your results must have your inclusion criteria. Yeah, your inclusion criteria and your form criteria. Okay. So now in pure systematic review, you can see this all the studies are listed. What they able to use for your review, you all of them one by one. Then you also list your the appraisal tool, the CASP tool that you use to review that study. So you don't need to put this section here. Yeah, this counts, and then this is all very. So apart from these two areas, apart from all these appraisal tools, the rest of the rest of the studies are almost, apart from going all these steps, question, all of them are similar. So this is what a systematic review looks like. So let me show you what a conceptual review looks like. So, and that's where we'll stop. All right. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear
All right.
you.
So now it's 9:53. So 1 hour 30 minutes. Not 1 hour 23 minutes. So I need to stop in 7 minutes. So that's sleep. All right. So I was saying a conceptual review, which is the one that you are writing. Okay. So what it looks like now is what childhood obesity. Okay, the keywords here. I'm seeing implications. I'm seeing these factors. I'm seeing obesity. I'm seeing childhood. I'm seeing United States. Okay, those are the 5 keywords that I need. All right. So, like I said, so just in your proposal, so uh, so but okay. So
We can't hear you. We can't
ah
hear anything you are saying.
okay. Can you hear me now? Can
Yeah.
you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So I was trying to bring out something here. I was talking about theoretical position. A theoretical position, because this is not your theoretical position as an author. This is not a quantitative study. You are doing a quantitative study. Okay. So, and your theoretical position is what we call social constructionism. That means that knowledge is being constructed by individuals. So now, if you look at this one here, if you look at this obesity, childhood obesity here, you will see that I'm trying to get the author's stance. Okay, I'm not seeing it here. I'm not seeing it here. So, okay. Producing the researcher, theoretical position. Let me see. Okay, this is theory. Okay, then okay. So the theory that is using here is the social cognitive theory and the family international behavioral model. Okay, but then I'm looking for the author's stance, and I can't see it here. The author's stance here, I can't see it in the background, but it's also important. It's important to know. Okay, though it's not here, can't see it here, but then it should be there. It should be there. Okay. So now look at this. This is a sample objective. A sample objective for conceptual research. discussion, okay, review, to review an idea, to review a problem, to review a concept, okay, and then maybe you look at the implications for practice, implications for policy, implications for public health projects. So this is just a way that you can easily phrase your research question to fit into your research topic. Okay. So let me stop here. I don't want to go deep. Let us stop here. Thank you very much. Any questions? It's 9:27. 3 minutes for questions. Any questions? Any questions? I'm done, please. Any questions?
What do you mean by author stance that you were looking for earlier?
Okay, so let's look at, okay, let me bring out my PowerPoint. So now there are various stances of the author. Let me bring out my writing. Much easier. Where is me? Where are you? Why not? What's happening?
Sorry, can you take another question?
Yeah. Just ask because I'm running up. Ask. I'll answer them together. I'm trying to. Why this is not allowing me.
Thank you so much. Okay, my question is, can one do a different proposal, like you do a research proposal, and then when you're doing your thesis, you do something entirely different? Like, does it have to flow through?
I think that question should be directed to Dr. Chilaka.
Okay.
Because, yeah, I think your proposal should flow through your dissertation. So I don't know whether they can allow you to change. I don't know. Okay, and then I know that there might be some people that might be selected for primary research. You understand? So if you are selected for primary research, then you may not need all these things here. So for that author stance, it is best illustrated by showing you, just like the way I showed you this one now. Because if I say it in by my mouth, it may not really. So basically, there are two stances in research writing. Number one is the positivity stance. That means these are people that believe that reality is true. Anything they cannot do with experiment. So those are the scientists, okay? They believe in numbers. They don't believe in focus group interview. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. They believe that reality is one. The positivist stance believes that reality is objective. It doesn't change. That means when somebody repeats an experiment, you know all those p-value, all those the research we did in undergraduates, those questionnaire. You believe that the only evidence is that questionnaire. You don't believe that some people can have different ideas, different answers. You don't believe that truth can be multiple. So a positivist stance doesn't believe that truth is multiple. He believes that there is only one truth. So and that is the stance that we use mostly in undergraduates. So, but then if you come to the public is moving towards qualitative studies, because qualitative study will tell you the reason why are you doing these things. That's where you now hear something like focus group interview, case studies, individual interviews, because the experience of obesity by mothers. Maybe if you bring 10 people that are experiencing obesity in UK, they will have 10 different stories. So in that case, your stance will now change. You can no longer use ordinary questionnaire that they would now tick. You understand? So now
Okay.
in under qualitative study, there are different stance. There are different. I don't know. Let me just go to internet in qualitative stance. Let me just see whether I can get something. Okay, he said choosing a qualitative. Let me get edges here. Where is my stance? Yeah. Where can I get it? Maybe we'll have another day to discuss that because is actually deep. Because what I did was on phenomenology, so which is a particular aspect. So under when you come to qualitative research design, there are different lenses, there are different stances that you can take, and you need to match them based on your topic. So, but you're not doing all that. You're not doing all that. So what you're doing is basically you are reviewing existing literature. You're not doing a quantitative study. So you are not saying p-value is less than this one. You know those stuff. All you're doing is to review what has been done, and then say that this. Then you now maybe offer your own opinion on that. So I think we are able to do something. So your proposal is just a mini thesis that is on. So let's see. Okay, any other question?
Hello.
Yeah, any question again?
Yeah, mine is not a question, but there were some slides you shared on.
Yeah, I'll post them on the group. I'll put them on the group.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
and then
I
will send you some videos you can watch. Everything is on YouTube. Just to understand the research paradigms, the different ones, just for knowledge sake. But what you need is what I've given you. Yeah, it's straightforward. Just do a little review and make sure. Oh, sorry, I didn't finish showing you some parts. Oh, sorry. So look at this. Your methodology is the most important. Your methodology is the most important. Very, very important. Don't neglect it. So let me go to methodology. Here, remember, watch what I'm showing you now. Methodology, the one you're going to use. Make sure you define what is quantitative research design. What is it? Don't copy this one, no. It's plagiarism. Just get your own. Okay? Define what is conceptual research design. Then tell your lecturer what is your ontological stance and your epidemiological stance. You have to read more on it. Ontological stance and then epidemiological stance. Now look at this one. I can see the epistemology is a constructive, that is social constructionism. So it's using a constructive paradigm. And most likely that is also what you will use. In my own, I did primary research using a phenomenological approach, and I also use this particular social constructionism. So I use the same research paradigm. Okay, so read more about research paradigm. Then ask questions on the group. Then we can go from there. So make sure you mention your epistemological stance. Okay, and then remember it starts from ontology. Then you have epistemology, and then you have your methodology. I wish I can get my own lesson.
Sorry, you said we should read more on research what?
Paradigm. This word here, research paradigm. Research paradigm. Okay. So that you know where your own research is under. You have ontology. It will flow from ontology, then to epistemology, then to methodology. So it will flow. Everything should be in. You don't go and take quantitative and then put it under. Maybe you are doing survey, and then you don't go and say that your research paradigm is constructive paradigm. You have failed. You see it. So you need to know but I'm just giving you the answer to your own. Your own is already, is already consulting paradigm, so there is no need of wasting time. So, all right. So, your search strategy. Like I told you, you can use Sinal. Google Scholar is not allowed. Don't use, is not reliable for peer-reviewed studies. So don't use this one. You can use PubMed, Scopus, Medline, Sinal. You can use Sinal for your Google search. Yeah, Sinal. Let me see the spelling here. Cinalhl. So you can use this one again. Then I think if you use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you have tried. It's not 5 database to do your search. You have tried. Okay. So I was saying that you have to report your search strategy. In fact, you need to book appointment with the library, with the librarian now. Book appointment with the librarian and get your search strategy. Get the keywords. You can see here. Can you see? Because these are the keywords to use for child. Okay. These are the keywords to use for obesity. These are the keywords to use for risk. Okay. And then implications. And then United States. These are all the states in the United States. So you need to report your search strategy. What do you intend to do? Report it in your this thing, in your methodology. Tell us how in your proposal, tell us how do you want to do your search. Very, very important. Okay. Tell us your inclusion and exclusion criteria in your proposal. Mention it. Which studies do you want to include? Which one do you want to exclude? Okay. All right. So this is a sample of what it looks like. Inclusion and exclusion criteria. Okay. And then give us something around ethics, data analysis. How do you intend to analyze your data? You can see here the methodology is what? Narrative synthesis. Okay. That is how you intend to analyze your data. And then write something on ethics. Remember, if you are doing a secondary research, you don't need approval of the ethics committee. So that should be also there. Though this person, they didn't write it, but it should be there. And then tell us any limitation of your methodology. And that is all. This ones will not be when you start writing the main project. Now you now start filling all these other ones. Okay. So that is all. That is all. Then I wanted to say, I wanted to say that you need. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear
Yes.
you.
Me? Yeah, the last information that you need, which is very important that you know today, is that if you go to internet, okay, type University of Bradford regulations. Okay, see the thing here, open it, go to postgraduate course award, the latest version, 2020. Open. Go to section 10.9. 10.9. So I want to tell you today, if you need
We cannot hear you, please.
Hi, what did you hear last? What did you hear last?
Postgraduate taught award, 20 what?
Okay. Open it. Now,
Hi, this line is breaking.
go down to section 10.9. 10.9.
10.9.
Yes. Now, section 10.9 should be your target. You must have at least 70% in your dissertation. Are you getting me? 70% in your dissertation. And are you seeing that word, that keyword and? So dissertation is rated different. Don't joke with it. It is rated differently. It is on its own. Dissertation is on its own. If you have 58% average in all your courses, and then you get 40% in your dissertation, you have missed distinction. Are you getting me?
Okay.
So let it be very clear. Dissertation is related differently from other courses. And this average is your weighted average. It's not the normal average that you use. Okay? So let me show you what I mean by that. So if you just go to Google, just type in weighted average calculator. Just go there, open any of these ones. Open weighted average calculator. Just open any one. Yeah. So this site can help you to do so any course. So here, I know that your dissertation is 40 points a weight. Okay. So and let's say you're making 70. Make sure you make at least 70. Let it be your target in your dissertation. Okay. Your epidemiology is 30 points weight. Okay. And then your health needs assessment is 20 points. Then others are all 30 points. All of them are 30 points. All the courses are 30 points apart from health needs assessment. So you enter the weight in here. And then let me show you, assuming you get 40 here, watch, assuming you get 40 in your dissertation, you have already missed it. And then the last thing is that the minimum for you to pass is 40%. And the only time you have chance to pass your exam is on the first attempt. If you want to get anything above 40 in your exam, you need to read now. If it means stopping work, stop work and read. If it means selling anything, sell it and read, and make sure you get at least get your best mark now. Get 60, get 70, get 80, anything that you can do to get a high mark. Your first chance is the only chance. If you miss the first chance, your second chance, the maximum mark you can get is 40. And that will bring your GP low. Okay. I hope you guys heard what I said now.
Yes.
All right. So thank you very much. I think I've given you the major things. And then if you submitting your assignment when it is due, you are getting 0%. There is nothing like, please, if they give you a deadline and you have any emergency or something serious that will affect you, then you have to notify Dr. Sheila, notify the module leader so that they can give you extension form. So if there is any reason why you will not submit, let them know ahead of time. But if there is no genuine reason, make sure you submit something. No matter how hard it is, submit something. Submit. So don't say I didn't anything. Then you will not submit anything. You get 0. You get 0, and that is it. So no matter what, try as much as possible to work hard this first semester. Before you know it, first semester has gone. No, it's January. It has reached. Okay. All right. Thank you. Enough of the motivation.
Thank you. Thank you.
I have a question. Oh,
yeah,
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ask. Who is the ask question? Ask. Let me stop recording. Ask.
Please.
What?
Please. How am I supposed to read all these things that they are giving us? For example, now we have seminars.
Okay.
Wait. Added us with seminar topics and.
Wait. Can we do this? You know, this video is too long. You cannot do essay writing today. Can we do this in tomorrow? Tomorrow is
Thursday.
Thursday night. I don't know.
27.
Something by Okay. In fact, I think we can do it.
Weekend.
How we do it Thursday morning anytime? Do you have lectures tomorrow?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, by